SFPD!
Meow? Meow?
This right here is the nastiest shot of Sonic in this whole trailer. I mean, holy shit, shoot him in the head right now!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Executioner. And if you don't know, now you know. And off here to my right is my esteemed co-host, Almanac Jack. He's on the attack, and you can't teach that. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, Executioner? And what's going on, everybody out there listening to another episode of Good Times. That's right. This is the Good Times podcast where there's good laughs, good fun, and it's always a good time.
Yeah.
New shows come out every Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and tell a friend. Executioner, what are they going to tell them?
All they have to tell them is go to www.thegoodtimespodcast.com, where you can find all of our stuff on all major streaming platforms. You can go to Facebook, look us up at The Good Times Podcast. You can go to Instagram, where you can find us at The Good Times Podcast.com. Why?
They wouldn't let us add the dot.
Wouldn't let us add the freaking dot. You can also go to Twitter, where you can find us at It's Good Times. And yeah, you can find us all on those things and doing the thing and I'm making the thing-a-lang. You know what I'm saying, man?
Doing that thing with the ding-a-ling.
So what's up, Jack? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Man, I've seen all kinds of crazy shit today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a car fire going to work on the freeway.
Damn. You see any bums on fire?
Huh?
You see any bums on fire?
No, I couldn't see the bums, but the bums probably started the fire. They probably had something to do with it. I saw chemtrails in the sky.
Oh, yep. Every day.
Poisoning us with magnesium and shit.
Can you feel the heat?
Yeah, it's 110 outside. And I saw a fucking possum cross the road.
Oh, shit.
And, dude, they're fucking gross. Like,
they're gross.
They are.
They're like the homeless animals.
Yeah, they're basically the bums of animals.
I feel like every fucking episode we always come up to a bum or something like that.
Imagine, oh man, if anybody's out there has never seen a possum in real life, it's totally different than when you see it on TV. Like cartoons and stuff, they don't make them as nasty as they are in real life. Like they're nastier in real life.
Nasty.
They are, dude. Like
Real
you see their
nasty.
beady ass little eyes, and you see their sharp ass teeth, their fucking nasty ass fur and tail, and it's basically if a regular like rat were to digivolve.
Oh my god.
You'd get a possum.
That's nasty.
And what makes it worse is like the way they walk too. They're walking like almost like a spider, dude,
They're
but
just
only with
walking
4 legs.
so smug.
Yeah, they're just walking like looking for trouble. Like, oh, what are we gonna do today? What am I gonna steal? What am I gonna eat? Where am I gonna lay my babies at?
You know what's funny is because sometimes when people do bad things, you're always saying like, well, or people are always saying like, well, it's not like they're waking up and thinking, you know, what am I gonna do to like piss this person off, or what am I gonna do to steal today? But not this damn possum. It's not like this damn possum wakes up like, all right, what am I gonna steal today?
As soon as he wakes up, yeah. As soon as he wakes up, well, all right, what am I gonna fuck with today? Fucking possums are gross, dude.
Oh, that's so.
I remember one time we had a possum in our tree, and our dogs were just going crazy.
Oh shit.
We had 2 big dogs. We had like a wolf kind of dog, and then we had a like a chow chow.
A chow chow.
And you know, they're both big fucking dogs, so like they're just going crazy at this tree. And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on up there? And, you know, because they would bark at squirrels and shit. But you know, it's kind of like the evening, and the squirrels are in their houses and shit. You know, eating nuts and shit. And we look up, we shine the flashlight, and you see fucking 2 beady ass little eyes and a face looking at you. It just looked fucking gross, dude.
It's just like, hey.
Yeah, and my dad fucking pulled out the BB gun and BAM! Shot his ass. Literally shot him in the ass, and he like ran out, and then my dogs got a hold of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how your dogs died or something?
No. They would do that shit to squirrels too, dude. The chow would get the squirrel, and she'd like literally like whip it around like a toy, just
whip it, flip it, dip it.
Like, remember how the Hulk in the first Avengers, like, just fucking whipped
Oh,
around
yeah.
Loki? Imagine my dog doing that to the squirrel.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
basically what happened.
Oh man, that's the best. I used to have a dog that would fucking like destroy birds out of the air. They would just like
Wait,
fly
what?
they would like fly super low in our backyard, and he would just jump up and just get them
What the
every
hell?
time, dude.
You think
Yeah.
those birds would, I'm not going to dive bomb this dog because he ate my brother.
You know what? I bet you they're all up there. You know how they sit on the power lines and stuff like that?
Yeah.
There's like one of them like, all right, I'm going to go for it today. Let me see if I can make it. You know, they're just all bored, so they have to find something to do.
I'm going to pinch him right in the ass. Right in the butthole.
Oh my God. Just drop some shit into the bush. Let them know that he's there, that they're up there.
They're like tag teaming him. Like, one's like, okay, you go in the bush and you over there, you're going to take a shit on those roses over there and make them think that you're by the roses. Meanwhile, while he's sniffing that bush, I'm coming up right behind him and getting him in the ass.
Take a beak to the ass.
You just hear the fucking dog. Hey, it's graduation season,
Yeah.
and most graduations have already passed. Oh, by the time that this show comes out.
Yeah.
But
From slavery to paid slavery. You
yeah.
actually
What do you
made it.
remember about your graduation? Well, because I know you didn't graduate from like regular school. You did continuation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they have like a big old ceremony for you guys, or?
Well, there was supposed to be. I mean, there was, I should say, but I didn't go to it. Cause for those that don't know, I was already held back 1 year back in like 6th grade, so I was already kind of back. And then I had a bunch of hard problems in my high school year. So once I got done with all my hard problems and stuff like that, and I was back to normal.
Norman.
Once I was back to normal,
When I was back to Norman Smiley.
Norman Reedus. No, when I was finally back to normal,
Norm from Cheers.
I tried to go back to regular school, but I was already 18 at the time, so I was like, they were like, well, you have to go to like adult school and shit, and I'm like, man, fuck this. So I ended up going to get my diploma, right? So I get there for the first class. The first class is like fucking 10 hours, right? Or like just one class, and all you're doing is just a bunch of worksheets. And everyone's like all fucking around, not doing their fucking shit. And there's people that are getting it done all fast. And I'm looking at it like, man, fuck this thing. Like, this is stupid. So I just walked out and ended up getting my GED like a week later. I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to get my GED and go work. Because I was like, fuck this, dude. There's no point in sitting here doing all this shit. I could just be going out making money or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even setting myself to just go to college or something. You know, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to be stuck here in high school
No.
at 18. But yeah, so I ended up graduating, and then I remember the lady calls me and she goes, hi, I just wanted to tell you congratulations on getting your GED, and we just want to let you know that we're going to have a ceremony for everybody that passed their GED and whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be on this date and whatnot. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not going to attend. And she's like, why not? She's like, she's like, what? No, why not? And I'm like, dude, I just fucking got a GED. I don't give a damn. Like, to me, it was like, every time I bring it up, my dad always goes, the good enough degree.
Basically, yeah.
Dude, it was so easy, dude.
Chris Rock would call it the good enough diploma, but yeah, same thing.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But yeah, dude, it just felt like it didn't feel like I accomplished anything. It was literally like a 4-hour thing where you do 2 parts in obviously 2 hours. The very first part, I did it in like 30 minutes, and I had to wait the rest of the hour and a half until the next part. And then the next part, it took me like 45 minutes. And there was people that were struggling, couldn't do it. And I felt so bad for them. Like, dude, this is like so easy. But, you know, some of them are probably like from, you know, Mexico or something like that. They're probably legal, didn't get the same start that I did.
Sure.
So it was like, I don't know, dude. To me, I was like, man, fuck this. Like, I don't feel like I accomplished anything. I just wanted to get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, well, you did. You got a GED and da da da. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go around and start telling people I got GED and shit. Hey, man, I just want to let you know I got my GED. Posting it on Facebook. After 4 years, I finally got my GED.
After 4 years of fucking around, I got my GED in 4 hours.
Are you telling me I could have did this 3 years ago?
Dude, that's exactly what Chris Rock says. He's like, so you mean to tell me that I could have fucked around and did whatever the hell I wanted for 4 years, go to a class for 4 hours and get my GED? He's like, if I would have known about that a long time ago, I would have done it.
I'm going to tell my kid to do that. Just enjoy it, son. Just enjoy it.
Just go around and finger fuck people, whatever you want to do.
Holy shit, dude.
Start thinking about what you want to do. Learn, take a coding class or some shit like that.
Yeah, there you go. Start building those traits. T-rates.
Yeah, those T-rates.
Good old T-rates.
Dude, my graduation was kind of weird because they had it in the Seymour Center.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walked in, they wouldn't let you bring your phones in.
Okay.
Like, they made you, like, put it in, like, a plastic bag, put your name on it, and then they took it away to open your shit and look at your dick pics and whatever. And it was fucking weird because they're like, yeah, it's going to interfere with the stuff. And I'm like, interfere with the stuff? like the sound system, whatever? And they're just like, yeah, it could cause interference, whatever. And I'm like, meanwhile, Principal Dumbass over here has his phone in his pocket, and fucking, Professor Homo over here has his, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you mean to tell me that they could have their phones on them, but we can't?
Dude.
But meanwhile, when we do our entrance, everybody's got their phones anyway. Like, all the girls, snuck it in their boobs and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that's true.
Because, they can't check there.
Yeah.
Because, whatever. But, like, for the guys or whatever, they're like, empty your pockets. So I'm like, fuck you. I should have put it, in my underwear or something like that.
Put it in your ass.
Yeah, just grip it by the cheeks for a little bit, and then as soon as you walk out, But yeah, but it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool because, like, it felt like us being wrestling fans or whatever. You're on the floor of the fucking Seymour Center. There's a big old crowd around you, and everybody's all. I'm like, yeah.
You just live for it.
Fucking, I am a real American's going off in my head and posing and shit.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, dude, it was hella cool. But then it was at the same time, dude, it was like about as hot as it is outside. So, I mean, imagine fucking being in, dress pants, a dress shirt, a fucking tie, nasty ass gown, and that fucking dude, I hate that fucking graduation hat. Like,
oh, dude.
The fucking cardboard hat, dude. I hate that thing.
I have a couple theories, or not, sorry. I have a couple questions about that. Like, I've always questioned what the fuck it really was. Like, why it is, like, I almost feel like it's like a satellite of some sort. Like, not a satellite? Not a satellite, but like they make you wear it for some type of, like, old fucking demonic reason or some shit. Like, it's
I think they just make you wear it to look stupid. Because you ever look at, like, you ever been to, like, or seen a college graduation? Like how the people dress, like the professors and all that dress for that thing?
Oh, with like all the bullshit that they wear?
Yeah, like they got the robe, they got like a million different, what do you call them? Scarves or...
Yeah.
Lapel shit or, I don't know what the hell they call them. Like all the pins and buttons and all that stuff. And then they got their hat on, but like, each person has like a different kind of hat. There's like the flat hat, the cardboard hat. Then there's like berets and shit and Robin Hood hats with feathers and all that. And it's like, what the fuck does all that shit mean? Like, and then they're like, and this guy over here, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, ultra magnus cum laude, Optimus Prime cum laude. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
What the hell?
Are you guys even speaking words? It's so weird, man.
It's all in fucking Latin shit or something, just super fucking random.
Dude, I remember just sitting through my graduation like, hurry the fuck up. Because they did a slideshow of pictures or whatever, of us in the class. And it was weird because I had told my mom, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be in that slideshow because, I was only there for 2 years. Yeah. Turns out I'm in like 5 pictures. And I'm like, oh shit. I don't know when the hell they took these pictures, but all right, I guess I'm glad to be in
you
there.
Like scratching your ass and scratching your nuts at some point, like
it's me beating somebody up or something.
You're just in there to somebody.
But then, so there's a big old slideshow, and then there's too many speeches because I don't know why, but there's always like 500 valedictorians.
Oh yeah,
and each one has to get a speech where they're like, "Do you remember the time that we went to Sadie Hawkins' dance and the power went out, so we all had to sing our own songs, and oh my god, it was so beautiful."
tell me that's happened at some point.
I don't know,
my
but
God.
I just made it up. But if that has happened, let us know, please. That's pretty cool.
That would be so fucking. You know what's funny? I was just thinking about that yesterday when I was at work because I was like, man, you know what? Talking to the guy next to me, I was like, man, you know what? It'd be cool if they played songs. He's like, oh yeah, they used to play songs here, but they took them away. I was like, damn, that sucks. Well, we should sing our own.
And here we go. I am a real American.
Holy
Yeah, dude.
shit.
I don't know, man. Graduations are just fucking weird.
I think graduations are just fucking like holistic, ritualistic, some weird shit like that. So it says here, the motorboard, which is what the top of the cap is generally believed by scholars to have developed from the Beretta. The burrito.
The burrito.
The burrito, a similar looking hat worn by Roman Catholic and High Church Anglican clergy. The Beretta itself may have been a development of the Roman, some random word in fucking Latin, pileus quadratus, a type of skull cap with superposed square and tump. See, what the fuck is all this?
What the fuck's a tump?
I don't know. Meaning a small mound.
What is going on here?
A reinvention of this type of cap is known as Bishop Andrew's cap. The Italian burrito is a word derived from the medieval Latin. I can't do this, dude. Like, what the fuck? This is so fucking weird. So basically, it's just from the Roman Catholic Church, and so yeah, that's how you know it's fucking.
So basically, people,
evil.
The terminology for this stuff is stupid. The hats look stupid. And dude, I think graduations just waste so much time, dude. It's like, give me my fucking diploma and let me leave. I'm trying to go get drunk and do some shit.
At least make it optional. Like, well, I mean, it is technically optional. It
wasn't optional for us. We had to go because our diplomas were there. Like, they give you
that's right.
the book thingy.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there. It's empty. So when you walk in, it's totally empty.
Oh.
And you walk in with nothing. They hand you the book on stage, and it's empty, so you got nothing.
Yeah.
And then after the ceremony, they're like, "Oh, and please come back to the behind the curtain so we can give you your actual diplomas and your phone, because they kept the phone." And yeah, you basically have to go back just to get your phone.
That's so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like when I was in my 8th grade when I did my 8th grade graduation. Everybody, you know how everybody gets, like you were talking about, everyone gets those booklets or whatever, like for your diploma and bullshit. Well, everybody like got one, right? Except I didn't get one. So like when the day of graduation came, I ended up getting like a fucking hard plastic one.
Like laminated?
Huh?
Laminated?
Yeah, like a laminated one. Like everybody had like these nice looking booklets and shit like that. And mine was like this hard laminated fucking piece of garbage. I was like, fuck, man. But now that I think about it,
looks like you made it yourself.
Yeah. I am 5.
You know what's weird too is then they're like, yeah, stick around for pictures, and we're like, fuck you, we ain't staying around for pictures. It's 125 degrees outside, and we're in this stupid shit. But then as soon as you're on the outside of the damn St. Mark's Center, everybody's taking pictures there on that, on the grassy knoll. And
the grassy knoll.
And they're fucking, taking pictures or whatever. People are bumping into you. You can't find your family. There ain't no cell service there because the service sucks ass. And then you start taking pictures and shit. Oh, you know what? I was thinking, our generation isn't gonna have like physical pictures to show our kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like how like our parents would be like, oh, here's a picture of my graduation,
and
they hand you like a literal picture
or something like that.
We're gonna have to go back and find an old ass phone and be like, all right, let it charge up for about a half hour, and then I'll show you.
Huh?
Or in a digital camera, because when I graduated, it was digital cameras,
right?
And the fucking SD cards that were in there fucking don't even work for anything else anymore. They've already gone through so many damn SD cards.
That's so true.
So like, I don't even know where that picture's at. I wouldn't even know where to find a picture of my graduation. So it's like, how am I going to show my kid that I even graduated?
They'd be like, "You're a liar, Dad.
You're a phony.
That guy's a phony."
Or even like okay, well, like my wedding, that'll be an easy one because the guy's going to take the pictures and we're gonna print out, a big one to put on the wall or whatever. So I mean that one's easy. But like other moments like that, like a graduation or a I don't know, anything smaller than a wedding, I guess. Fucking, I don't know, birthday parties or something like that, anniversaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's gonna be no digital, or there's gonna be no physical pictures to show. Because I mean, does like a Walgreens or a Rite Aid even print out pictures anymore?
I think they do, actually.
I know Walmart does, but like you gotta bring your SD card.
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you really wanted those pictures, you could get them, because you can get those picture, like you can get the material and just put it in your printer.
Yeah, but here's another problem. Not everybody has a printer. Nobody has printers in their house really anymore.
Why not?
I haven't had a printer in my house since fucking high school.
But are you gonna have one in your house?
Probably not. I don't print. I don't print anything.
I don't know. I mean, I know having a printer is actually good to have around. I mean,
sure.
I think printers are like the scum of the fucking earth when it comes to technology.
The scum.
The scum of the earth, dude. It's the worst, dude. Especially trying to fix it or something like that. The worst.
They're always breaking down.
They're always breaking down. Something's
whatever
always
you
wrong
whatever
with
you
it.
send to it, like never receives, and all they're good for. They're just basically like a glorified copy machine.
Dude, trash. Just absolute trash. I never understand how. And you know what? The markup for printers is ridiculous, dude. Like, sorry, not the markup for printers. For printing ink.
Oh yeah,
dude.
That too.
Printing ink.
Well, I mean, printers by themselves are hell expensive, but yeah, the ink.
Dude, like the ink goes from like anywhere from like $30 to like $80, like per cartridge,
depending on which one you have too.
Yeah, dude. And the whole thing is that it only costs them a couple dollars to make, if even that.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Like I know how markups work and like, you know, the whole profit margin and stuff like that, but that's just stupid. Like
yeah. Well, like I mean, that's like anything else. I mean, how much do you think it costs them to make a fucking cheeseburger at McDonald's?
Oh my god.
Probably nothing. But then they charge you $4 or $5 just for the fucking quarter pounder.
Yeah.
And then all that's just fucking money for another cow,
Yeah.
Basically what it is. The money's going to another cow.
More pink slime.
Ronald McDonald's just fucking rolling in money.
Rolling in money.
Hey, you told me you had a story about a guy at work?
Oh yeah. So there's so for those of you who don't know, I actually started working at Amazon again. I think when we started this, was I working at Amazon when we started this?
Yeah, I think by like maybe episode 3 or 4, that's when you were going back to the IRS. Got
it. So yeah, so I ended up going back to Amazon because they were gonna let us go from IRS this month. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just get in while I can. So there's like a Mexican dude, and you know how like sometimes like Mexicans who they sometimes they come up and like kind of like almost like a broken home, and they're like really really like not charismatic at all. They can't make eye contact with you, and it's like hard to talk to them sometimes. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So like there's this one guy that was in my group that's like that, but dude, he's fucking like sometimes like the shit he does like just like makes me laugh. So like so one of like our job is to like put all the shit in the box and then put the box on the conveyor belt and let it go. Well, there was like at least 3 times where I seen like a random package go by and then he's all running behind me to go and get it. Because you're supposed to put the package in the box and then put the box on the fucking conveyor. And there was like 3 or 4 times where he's just like, I don't know if he's like doing it on purpose or whatever he's doing, but he's running behind me, running back, and oh shit, hey, can you get that?
He's like, no.
And then so like, I'm like, I'm gonna get to know him a little bit, just see what's up. And he goes, yeah. He's all, do you like to watch basketball? And I'm like, basketball's cool to watch. I was like, do you have a favorite team? He's all, oh yeah, I just whoever they're going for, I just say I like the other team just to piss them off. And I'm like, well, geez,
that's pretty cool though. At least he admits it.
I know. So I was like, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna mention any teams that I like to.
Yeah.
I'm be like, oh yeah, I like the Raiders, and he's be like, yeah, the fucking Niners are way better. I'm be like, yeah, that's true. You made me a Niner fan, thanks.
Yeah.
And then like, so there was this other time too. So the first day he ends up getting lost. So so there's technically 4 floors over there at Amazon.
Okay.
It's a fucking huge ass place. So we're down on the first floor.
We're on the fourth floor.
And so like we're all waiting for our orientation to get done, and this chick, she's our trainer, she's like, okay, if you need to use the bathroom, go ahead and go to the bathroom, and we're gonna go up when everybody comes back. So he goes to the bathroom, and I think he was taking a shit or something, because we start going up, and I'm like we're missing somebody, and then she's like, I think we got everybody. So we just kept going up. So I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm missing somebody, but I just didn't. Like, I'm not pushing it, because I just wanted to see what his reaction was. Dude, he didn't pop up till like a half an hour later.
Damn.
And then she's all counting everyone. She's all, oh, we are missing somebody. So she like goes down, right? She goes down to the first floor apparently. And like on the way down, he comes back up. And so we're waiting for her now, like the whole time. And yeah, dude, I don't know, just something like, oh, and then yesterday they're at I was telling you earlier, at break time they were giving out free Rice Krispie treats, right?
Yeah.
So the guy was like, all right, here, everybody gets one. We're about to go back to work. I look over at this full station, or at this full table, and he literally has like 3 wrappers, right, of like Rice Krispie treats that he just ate, and he's stuffing like 5 of them in his pocket, dude. It's all, fuck this shit. Like,
he's got to get it while he can.
Yeah. So he's just stuffing them in his pocket, dude. And it was just like, dude, I don't know. Just to me, this fool's just like fucking hilarious, dude. Like, I'm like, yeah, like the Glass Funny guy.
That's pretty funny though. Like, honestly, that's kind of something I would do. Like, I would be taking a shit and everybody just disappears. But then I'd be like, I've been kind of gone for a long time.
Oh,
maybe I should wipe already.
Dude, like the other day, or so yesterday, we were in like the last hour, and dude, my feet were dying. So I'm trying to get used to these 10-hour shifts, like standing around, because for the past 4 or 5 months working at the IRS, all I did was sit around for fucking 8 hours.
Sure.
So going from sitting around to 8 hours to just straight up standing up, destroying my body for 10 hours, dude, my body's like has been in shock like forever. So the other day, sorry. It was like the last hour, so I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and just like like fucking sit down on the toilet or something like that. Like, I gotta give my feet a break. So okay, so I have to walk. Up these stairs, down the stairs to get over this fucking ginormous conveyor belt. Then walk the rest of the way to the
jump
bathroom.
on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, right. That's automatic termination.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
That sucks.
And so I get there and I'm like, I like sit down for a little bit and I'm like, fuck, I still gotta walk back. So I like sat down for like 5 minutes. I walked back, dude, and it was even worse. My fucking feet were dead.
Damn.
I was like, I should have never walked it, dude, because when we're working, luckily we have these mats that like at least support us a little bit, you know what I mean? But when you walk on that concrete, oh my God, you're just Dunzo Washington.
Yeah. Well, which shoes were you wearing?
My Fila's.
Oh, okay.
I got those stupid Fila running shoes or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
but
it's foam, right? Not rubber.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, because if it was foam, I mean that's like a little bit better than the rubber.
Oh, see, I don't even know. I got them for Christmas like 3 years ago, and just used them for random shit.
Yeah, but see, like I was telling you, you need to get those, Dr. Scholl's or.
Well, I have the little I think it's Dr. Scholl's, the gel ones, right?
Well, I mean, they make different ones, gel, different kind of foams and shit.
Well, whatever gel ones that they have, I have that currently, and I mean, and don't get me wrong, those help a shit ton because I've gone without them with just like regular soles or something. Nah, hell no, dude. Like no fucking joke.
Are they the right ones for you though?
What do you mean?
Did you? Because they have this thing where you stand on it. It's like a little kiosk.
It tells you your pressure.
And it tells you, the heels have the most pressure. Or it's like, you know, the heels and the balls of your feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's your pressure point. So like it'll tell you which number. Like, oh, you need the 5582 or whatever the fuck.
Right. Well,
did you get one from there?
No, I don't have those ones. It's just straight up gel. Like, they probably just like form around your points and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I do want to go back because I used to have those all the time. I actually, you know what? I lost it one time when I was running.
It just flew out from under your foot.
No, it was like a good 6 years ago. I was running. I was running. I forgot where the fuck I was running, but I was just running, or jogging, whatever the fuck.
Oh, when we used to do those night, the glow runs.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are cool.
This was like during the day. Like I don't know if I don't know if I went with Adrian or something like that. But so I'm just like running. And I feel like the end of my Dr. Scholl's insoles life are like, you know, at the very end, dude. Like they're all
barely
like,
hanging on.
Yeah, they're barely hanging on. And like I could feel it like coming off, and like it kept like fucking up my foot. So I was like, oh man, like I can't run like this. So I remember I just took off my shoe and I just threw the thing in the bushes and I ran.
Okay, so you didn't lose it; you threw it away.
Yeah. In my mind, I lost it.
I can just see you running. Oh god, that thing! Just fucking whip it out and throw it in the woods, never to be seen again.
Hey man, it wasn't the soul that I lost. It was my mind.
My mind. That's what I lost. Oh man, but yeah, dude, you should get one of those pressure point ones.
I should. I missed having those. Those were really good.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed though is that like you don't notice how good they feel until you take them off, until you try walking in a regular shoe.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit.
Well, see, those things don't work for me because I have a flat foot.
Okay.
So like I have zero like arch on my foot at all.
So like it just says like when you get on there, it just sends out like a cardboard box like
it just says, yeah, we can't help you.
Like what the fuck is wrong with your feet?
Yeah, like I straight up have like a Fred Flintstone foot. It's flat as fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, and so like I remember one time I had these shoes that had the regular insoles, and it was like real shitty. And then my mom had fucking random ones just floating around like unopened, and you know you just cut it to your shoe length. So I cut
gel
it to
ones, right?
Huh?
They're gel?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I cut them and put them in my shoe. It literally did nothing for me.
Really?
So I was just like, all right, fuck it. I just won't wear these shoes anymore. And that was my solution. Because after
you just
that,
stopped wearing shoes? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm barefoot right now.
You said Fred Flintstone shoes.
That's right. I mean, how do you think I start my car?
Oh yeah.
You got to do the. And then just fucking take off.
Go do all that just to go 3 miles per hour.
Yeah, and then stop because there's a dinosaur in the fucking middle road. Or I'm at the drive-in and I gotta get one of those big old things of ribs that he gets. Fucking tips the car over and shit. I had a story about a guy at my work.
All right.
So it's not the crazy guy like usual. This one, I was working nighttime, and it's the old guy there, and he's got a roommate, and I don't know how old the roommate is, but like he's way younger than he is.
Okay.
And it's funny because the young guy, like, he'll stay up and play video games like forever, and I think he's I think I told you he's the one that stayed up literally all night playing fucking GTA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if he gets too loud, the old guy gets out and he's like, God damn it, be quiet, I'm trying to get some sleep. So I was staying there this past weekend, and on Sunday he gets up and he comes downstairs and starts making his coffee and his oatmeal and stuff, and then he goes upstairs and takes a shower, and then comes back downstairs and he's putting his shoes on and shit. So then after that, he goes into the kitchen. He's starting to eat his oatmeal, and then he's throwing away the fucking the packet that the oatmeal comes in.
Uh-huh.
So he's got one of those garbage cans that you press the button and the lid flips up. As soon as the lid flips up, I can hear him start talking to himself. He's like, "Oh, what the hell? Man, there's garbage over here. Who's throwing garbage away? Why is there garbage?" And then he like leaves, and then he's like, He's like, man, making my coffee. Put this coffee in the cup. And then I'm going to eat my oatmeal. I'm eating my oatmeal. So then I hear him eating his oatmeal. And he's still talking to himself. He goes to the bathroom and, he puts his deodorant on and combs his hair or whatever hair he's got left. He's got a beard, so I guess he's combing his beard. And so then he's still talking. I could hear him in the fucking bathroom talking to himself. Like I could just hear him. So then when he comes out, he's like, garbage can. He's like, garbage can. He opens the garbage can again. Wow, garbage can. Banana peel. What's their banana peel doing in there? Who threw that banana peel in there? What the hell? Why is there banana peel in here? People eating bananas. And he's getting pissed off about the fucking banana peel. God. So then we have a nurse that comes in and gives them their meds, every morning. And
banana peels.
And oh, dude, it would have been funny if she threw that banana peel in there. But she comes in and she's pretty annoying. Like she's like old and shit, and she talks to herself too, which is pretty funny. So it's like both of them gonna have like a talk to yourself battle. So she's getting his meds ready and whatever, and he's still talking to himself, and he's still mentioning the fucking banana peel.
Really?
I can hear him mumbling, banana peel, banana. Like he's mentioning bananas every so often. So then she's all like, come on, so and so, take your pills, and he's like, I know to take my pills. Banana peel. so then the kid upstairs, this dude's out. Like he's knocked the fuck out, even though I woke him up like twice. So I go upstairs and I'm like, hey man, come downstairs, take your meds because the nurse is here and she's trying to leave. And honestly, I'm trying to get her to leave too because she keeps fucking talking to herself too. And
my god.
So then she gives him his meds and he goes upstairs, but he's walking all slow over to the table. And the old guy's like, come on, man, hurry up. She's trying to get out of here. We're trying to get her out of here. And I'm like, oh, don't say that. But at the same time, because she's talking to herself, she doesn't hear him say that.
What?
Yeah, because she's over there like, oh no, my pen. Oh, it's dead.
What the fuck?
My pen is dead. Dude, so like she's halfway spoiler alert herself.
Oh my god.
So she's talking about her pen. She gives the kid his pills. He goes back upstairs and starts jumping in the shower and shit. So then
you're jumping in the shower.
Jump in the shower.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. You might slip and fall.
Slip and slide. So then the old guy, he's still talking to himself, still mentioning banana peels. And so then she looks at me, she's like, oh no, my pen died. Do you have a pen? Do you have an extra pen? My pen's dry. I tried to write with it, and I didn't want to write. And I'm like, okay, I kind of got the point when he said, your pen is dead. Like, I don't need more than that. So then I have extra pens in my car, so I walked to my car and got her a pen, and I'm like, here, just keep it. She's like, oh my god, thanks. My pen was dead, and it didn't want to write anymore, and I'm going to go buy some new pens anyway. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just write your shit and leave. So then she writes her stuff and she puts the meds back in the med cabinet, and then she takes off. And she's like, thanks. And I swear to you, I can still hear her like talking while she's leaving. Like she closes the door and I can still hear her like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, who the fuck is she talking to? Is she talking to the cat outside?
God.
She telling the cat, hey cat, my pen died. It didn't want to write anymore. It was dry. I licked it. It didn't want to do anything. And then as soon as she leaves, the old guy's like, oh man, thank God she left. That woman's a nuisance. And then he probably started talking about banana peels and shit again.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, this is all within the last hour of me working, because it's already, like after 5:30 when all this is going on. I'm like, this is awesome. This is a great way to end work. Just listening to fucking banana peels and fucking pens dying and shit.
Oh my god.
I'm like, would you, both of you, shut up and hurry up and get ready, and can I leave already? But yeah, dude, that was another chronicle of me working over there at the
Chronicle of Narnia.
Yeah, Chronicle of Spoileria. So, all right, man. Well, I think we'll take this opportunity to take a commercial break, and then you got something for us on the other side. So
Yes, I do.
So we'll see you guys on the other side. This is the Good Times Podcast.
Hi there. I'm Doris. And I just wanted to say I'm awfully sorry for my behavior in the past commercials. Okay, Grandma. You gonna tell us about the Hornswogglers, the Wangdoodlers, and the Vermicious Knid? Yes. I do want to talk about them. You know, especially, actually, now that I think about it, I do remember talking to a Hornswoggle, and I think that it was the actual Hornswoggle. When he took me to his room, I didn't even have to bend down or anything. Oh my gosh, no. Not that. I'm sorry. It just seems like every time you ask me about something, I always think about the past. Yes, but not your sexual past, your actual past. I know. Okay. So tell us. Okay. So give us something. But when you think about it, Hornswoggle had a big Wangdoodle. We don't want to know about your Wangdoodles. His Wangdoodle. Grandma, okay. At least tell us about the Vermicious Knids. Can you at least tell us about that? You know, one of those Vermicious Knids, they are vicious as all hell, and they made sure that my experience was vicious as all hell.
If you'd like to advertise a product or idea of yours here on the show, shoot us an email to goodtimespodcastgtp@gmail.com. We'd love to work with you and grow both of our brands. Welcome back to the Good Times Podcast. We just took a long commercial break talking about Madden and 2K, about how I got the new 2K basketball game for only $3. Long and what?
Hoard.
So hoard. Hey, so Janet and I went to Chipotle.
Janet!
And because they got carne asada over there now.
Oh, that's right.
It's fucking bomb.
Yeah?
It's like really soft and like, man, it's hella good. So we're sitting there and we're actually eating inside. And
eating inside.
There's this couple that comes in. Girl, she's dressed pretty nicely, like she's coming off of work or something like that. The guy that she's with though, white dude wearing like Dickies shorts that are way too baggy for him.
Oh my god.
Converse low tops of all things, with the laces where they're laced up and then the laces just kind of like point out on the side, Yeah. Excuse me. And then like a little bit high socks, like maybe calf high socks. He's wearing a t-shirt for, I don't know, some car club or whatever the fuck. He's got a no, he didn't have a hat on. The reason I'm thinking he had a hat on is because his hair looked ridiculous. You ever seen Travis Scott's hair? Or think of this, Coolio's hair.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he had Coolio's hair, except it's like a light brown.
What?
And it's like, braided like that, but then it's like in the squares, to where it makes the braids. And,
yeah.
And so they're ordering, and I noticed something in his hand. I'm like, oh, maybe he's got his motorcycle helmet. No, it's not a motorcycle helmet. It's a fucking steering wheel.
What?
He took the steering wheel out of his car and brought it into the restaurant with him.
Fuck, that's old school as fuck.
And I'm like, why the fuck is he bringing a steering wheel? What is he, Jeff Gordon?
You've never seen anybody do that before?
Yes, but with the way this guy looked and the car that he was driving, no, you should.
Did he wear it around his neck?
Oh, fucking Flavor Flav over here. But yeah, dude, so he's got a steering wheel in his hand. And so I look and see what kind of car he has. And it's like an older model, like BMW. And it's got racing seats in it, whatever. So I'm guessing, it's, his project or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And and it's parked right in front of the store. And I'm like, okay, if you have a key and you lock the door, you don't really need to bring the steering wheel with you. What's the whole point of bringing your steering wheel?
Maybe his car doesn't lock.
Okay. But it won't turn on either without the key.
Well, I mean, what kind of car was it?
I told you, BMW.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mean, somebody could just hotbox it. We just hotwire it, no?
In front of a Chipotle.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I bet. I mean, the way he sounds, he probably has like a bunch of drugs in the bag or something like that.
Well, probably that too. Because then I told Janet, I was like, hey, when we left, I was like, hey, who do you think paid for that meal, him or her? I bet you it was her. Because honestly, he looked like the kind of dude. He looked really raggy.
Oh,
so
raggy?
Huh?
Raggy?
Raggy, yeah. Shaggy raggy. So I was like, yeah, I bet you she paid for it because I bet you like he's the one that like fucking sells weed on the side just to fucking get a good car, or well, it's not even a good car, but try to fix his car.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got like shitty ass like fucking prison style tattoos all over him. So like he
he has a fucking steering wheel.
And he's got a steering wheel in his hand, and it looked really stupid. I'm like,
oh my
nobody
God.
does this shit anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, with all those tattoos, man, like it just made him look so bad because he had them on like his neck and his face and shit too. And I'm like, how the fuck would you get a tattoo on your face? You know, especially like the people that get the teardrops and shit.
Oh yeah,
little lightning bolts right
Every
between
time
their
they
eyes.
kill someone, they get a teardrop.
Would you ever get a tattoo?
Would I?
Yeah.
I've thought about it. Because for those who don't know, I don't have any tattoos. Why? I don't know. Because for one, like, I don't know, like spending money for a tattoo, I don't know, to me, it just always seemed like real, I don't know, kind of taboo, I guess. And plus, I just didn't want to like, oh, that came out of nowhere. I didn't want to pay like $85 to get like, I don't know, I love you, mom, or something like that. You know, like I don't know, it's just something I never thought of. But yeah, I've always thought about getting a tattoo. I've always thought about getting, like, if I was gonna do it, I was gonna just go all out and get fucking 2 sleeves and just go from there.
Yeah, but then you gotta like imagine how much that's gonna cost. Because
yeah, but again, if I'm gonna do it, I'm going all out. Like,
yeah,
I'm not just gonna go and get like one tattoo into fucking like one of my sister, my middle sister, Madi. She has a fucking pizza tattoo on her thigh.
What? Really?
Yeah, it looks really good. Like it's a really good. Is
it
really
a whole
good
pizza
tattoo.
or just a slice?
It's like a slice with like a bunch of cheese falling off and stuff like that. It looks really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then
if I ever see her, I'm gonna ask her to show me because that looks pretty. That sounds pretty funny.
And then Julie has a tattoo of like California on her ass.
What? No way.
Dude, so like there's this
I don't need to see that though.
Yeah, dude. It was one day, I don't know, it was like years ago, right? And I remember, I think it was Adri. She goes, "Did you see Julie's new tattoo?" And I'm like, no, why? And she's like, "Look it." And I'm like looking at it, I was like, "Oh, that's a dumb tattoo." And then she goes, "No, but look where it's at." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like looking, because she didn't like go like do like an ass shot. She like zoomed in, like, and I'm thinking,
was it like a picture of her at like the beach or something, or at a pool?
No. She like took a picture of like her ass cheek.
Oh,
but it's like I said, it's zoomed in, so you can't tell where it is.
Oh, it just looks like a fucking leg or something. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So then,
chunk of skin.
Then she's like, "It's on her. I think it's on her ass." And I'm like, "What? Why? Like,
what the hell?"
That's also another thing.
Is that like a return to sender notice?
I don't.
In case she gets lost, send her back here.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, like, there's. That's also another reason why I've waited too, is because, like, man, I'm not trying to get fucking, I don't know, like, maybe I was a big, Heidenreich fan 10 years ago, so get a picture of Heidenreich on, like, my arm or something like that, and then 10 years later,
if he did that, I would go with you. That's fucking funny.
I will never do that.
Just get, like, his little red glove or something like that. I don't know if he even had a logo, but...
No, he didn't have a logo. Actually, he might have.
Either that or get him when he's standing behind Michael Cole. Get that tattooed like on your back or something.
Oh my god!
What would you get though?
Well, I had always just thought about if I was gonna get. Well, this was like a couple years ago. I had always thought about on one of my arms was just gonna literally be like a bunch of Bible verses and just shit like that, and then on my other arm was gonna be like personal development quotes. But I mean, the whole Bible's just personal development anyway, so I'm not gonna do personal development quotes anymore. So
yeah, you wouldn't get like a Bone Thugs tattoo.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like,
or something about your heart or something.
Oh, that was another one too. I'd always thought about getting the Iron Man thing.
Oh,
on
the light in his chest.
Yeah, the light in his chest. I forgot what it's called. Like
Oh, the
Tesseract. I don't know.
the arc reactor.
The arc reactor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but not the triangle one, not the Illuminati one. The circle one. Just the regular circle one. I always thought about putting it on my chest because it's like I've been through so many fucking surgeries and all this shit with my heart and stuff like that. Sometimes, I'm alive, so I'm like, I thank God. And sometimes I feel like I'm Iron Man,
Yeah. No, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so I always thought about that, but it's gonna fucking hurt because I have a fat ass scar right there. And on top of that, I'm gonna have to get fucking opened up again in like the next few years, I'm sure. So
Jeez.
I don't know what's gonna fucking happen with that tattoo. It's just gonna be all fucked up. Like,
Well, I mean, the guy wouldn't probably tattoo over scar tissue anyway, just because it'd be all rough and bumpy and shit,
Oh.
Plus,
so I can't
plus
really
the
do
ink
that
probably
then.
wouldn't take very well because it's so thick.
So then I couldn't really do that thing.
I mean, you could put it like on the side, like on your pec.
Man, I don't know if I'd do that. It would look kind of weird, wouldn't it?
No,
You don't think so?
no.
Think you have a fucking arc reactor on your fucking titty, like
Well, it's not gonna be on your fucking tit. It's not gonna be on
right
your
on my
nipple.
areola.
on your areola.
I might as well just get afros on my nipples.
Yeah, might as well put a smiley face. Fuck it. No, I mean, especially considering like, if you ever took your shirt off and somebody saw it, it'd be like, oh, okay, well that's why he couldn't get it in this fucking middle of his chest.
I guess.
I mean, it's not gonna take much explanation.
Yes, but you're critically thinking here. Okay, so maybe not on the level of actual critical thinking, but in today's society, there's no critical thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
There's no
it
problem
doesn't-
solving.
Yeah, like nobody does that. Like all they do is just read and repeat shit. Like if you can recite one page of a book, you're smart,
Yeah.
If you can't tell me what the fuck was on that page. It doesn't matter. You're still smart because you know what it says.
Yeah, they're gonna see the tattoo like like on the left side of your chest or whatever like that, and then you'll be like,
Wow.
"Hey, you know that the Iron Man thing goes in the middle of your chest, doesn't it?"
Exactly, dude.
Without looking at this big old fucking thing right in the middle of your chest, like they're gonna
Do
totally
you see
ignore
my
that.
scar, you fucker?
Yeah, I know. Do you see this thing? Yeah, they're gonna totally ignore that because I mean they're fucking blind,
Yeah, exactly. See, I don't know. Like that to me just sounds like a total fucking hassle in my asshole. I don't know.
You can get a tattoo on your asshole. Get it a different color.
It says asshole on
Can you
it.
imagine a blue asshole? That'd be crazy.
A blue asshole?
Yeah, so like imagine if you got like a light blue asshole.
What the fuck?
You got a tattoo. You tattooed your asshole all light blue, okay? And then years from now, when you got to go get like your prostate checked by your doctor, and the doctor like he puts his little glove on, and he lubes up that fucking finger. He spreads your cheeks wide open, and he sees a bright blue asshole, and he's like, "Oh my god, what the hell's this, sir? Do you know you have a bright blue asshole?" And then he still shoves that finger right in there and wiggles it and does whatever the fuck he does. Fills you up. Feels you in.
Me and my dad always joked about getting tattoos on our ass that just says exit only.
Dude, can you imagine how bad that would like hurt?
Oh,
A tattoo on your asshole.
dude.
Because then it's got a crust over or scab over. And then
I
if it
couldn't
gets
take a
itchy.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. You take a shit and then it gets itchy. When you take a shit, you get itchy from like fucking residue.
Yeah.
Imagine residue on your scab.
Fuck that.
That's gonna be like the worst itch ever,
Fuck that. I couldn't imagine that.
right?
I
That'd
could
be the
not
worst.
imagine that. That would be the worst. Like you'd get infection after infection. It would never heal.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true.
Dude,
you
fuck
need
that.
like a Neosporin thing on there, like at all times.
a Neosporin like patch like on your asshole the whole time.
just I don't know, slather just a shit ton of Neosporin on your
You gotta
butt
get like a spray or something.
every hour. Just give it a good spritz.
Like you're just all chilling here with some of your friends. And you're like, I'll be right back. You just
You just hear him from the bathroom.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? Oh well, Chris got a tattoo on his asshole. He got it like 6 months ago.
The executioner.
Oh, sorry. Executioner. It's like, yeah, he got it on his tattoo about like 6 months ago, and it's still healing.
I haven't taken a shit in 5 months. I just throw everything up.
He just refuses to eat. Nothing's coming out anymore.
Oh my god. He's on an all water diet.
Just from a tattoo on your butt.
God, that would be the worst.
But that's all you would think of? Just Bible quotes and Iron Man thing?
I don't know. Maybe something with my mom, dad. Maybe I don't know, but not really anything that I've like overthought about. To be honest, I don't know. It just again like I don't know. For some reason, it just like I think tattoos are cool. They look fucking really cool too. But again, I don't know where I'm gonna be at in 10 years. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I just don't feel like. I don't know. It's just like to me, it's never been like a priority. Like you know.
No.
So I never know. I'll never know.
Well, as frugal as I am, I've got 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Which ones do you have, Jack?
I got Janet's. I got a J on my wrist for Janet.
And that's interchangeable, Janet. You better watch out.
No, because see, she's got a B.
Oh, okay.
She's got a B on her wrist.
So then you guys got to find a third person that has an L. It's JBL.
Oh, that'd be dope. Do the fucking the horns. Do the horns thing that he does. Oh, that'd be dope.
Oh man.
And then I got Sanchez. That was my first one, and it's written in like an old like Chevy kind of font.
Okay.
What else I got? Oh, I got my dad. I got a cartoon version of my dad tattooed on me. I drew it in high school one time, and for his birthday, I think in like 2012, I got it because my friend, she was an apprentice for being a tattoo artist.
Oh.
So she was just like, hey, like, you know, like I'm looking for people to do tattoos on just to practice. And I was like, all right, fuck it. You know, I want to get one for my dad anyway.
Wow, for a fucking practice tattoo, that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I don't know if she has like an Instagram or something like that. So like I can't really follow her to see if she's still doing tattoos.
She like doesn't even do tattoos anymore.
She's not even around anymore. And then let's see, I got one on the inside of my arm that says "Fly Me to the Moon," and there's a crescent moon. It's song lyrics in the song title for Frank Sinatra's song. That's the song that Janet and I are gonna dance to at our wedding.
Oh my god!
And then I got my Lucha Gyarados.
The Lucha Gyarados, my favorite.
Yeah, it's got the it's the Quetzalcoatl dragon in a circle, and then in the middle of that is the Tonatiuh face, and he's all. So yeah, I got the Lucha Gyarados.
The Lucha Gyarados.
And this one's the only one I have in color so far.
So far.
Yeah, because the next one I want to get it's going to be on the back of the same arm. Like everything's going to go on the same arm. Oh. Because I don't know. I kind of think like if you get a tattoo on this shoulder, but then you get a tattoo over here on the other arm, like on the middle of the wrist or something like that, like it looks like I like symmetry, you know. So like it's going to go on the back of this arm, and it's going to be a Rey Mysterio mask. Oh. But it's going to have a skull. Like a skull's going to be wearing the Rey Mysterio mask. Okay. And then the mask is going to be colored like a sugar skull, you know, like you see for Halloween and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and that one's gonna be in color too. So
cool.
Yeah, that was gonna be like a big one too, because like fucking back of my arm is all huge.
Back of my arm.
But yeah, so as frugal as I am, I don't mind spending money for tattoos.
I just never understood why. Like it just never. Like my mom always told me, you know, never get a tattoo or don't get any tattoos, blah blah blah. Like. But like that's never been like a thing for me where it's like my mom said not to, so I'm not gonna do it. It's just I don't know, dude. Like
that's an old person thing though too. Is like old people, you know, didn't get tattoos.
Yeah,
that's the whole, you know, your body's a temple thing.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I think it's true, but it's
like, well, I mean, I like to decorate my temple, you know. I mean, put some flowers up, hang up a picture, you know. You know, it's the same thing. Well, to me it is. But
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, like I remember my dad. He was always like, "Yeah, I want to get a tattoo." Because I forgot what movie he was watching, but he's like, "Yeah, I want to get a tattoo of a big old black widow on my stomach." Because I guess he saw some movie, some gangster ass dude had a big old black widow on his stomach, and then he's like, "Yeah, I want to get another one on my shoulder. It's gonna be of a monkey." He's like, "So I can get that monkey off my back." Well, yeah, so they always were just like, "Yeah, whatever." My brother's got one tattoo. And it's like right on the back of his neck, like in between his shoulder blades, pretty much. And it's like his name written in like the Mayan language or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he always talks about getting a new one, but
never did.
He probably won't.
Well, my brother has quite a few.
Yeah.
One of them I actually designed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one on his chest. I think he still has it.
Is it the Afro nipples?
Afro nipples. No.
Is it the Cleveland titties?
Good old Cleveland titties. My favorite.
Best team ever.
No, he has the one I designed for him was it's a skull with a chef hat on it, like off to the side, and then under it is like two cooking knives, like crossed over an X under it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I made that for him like a while back.
I'll have to have him show me a picture.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. Like I think he still has it.
It's all faded and shit.
Probably. No, I'm just kidding. And then he has like two on his like the front of his arm. So like if you like bring your arms up like this. I'm trying to like fucking describe it.
If you bring them forward,
curls.
just like straight up, like fist up and whatever.
Fist up, fist in. If you're like doing curls and you bring them up basically to your face.
Yeah, that's a
so
good
like the
description.
front side of your arm. On one side it says, fuck, I forgot all of a sudden what the fuck it was. I haven't seen that damn tattoo in a while. What the fuck? I think it says God Soldier, or Soldier of God. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Soldier on one side and then of God on the other.
And then he's got a California on his ass. That should be your family tattoo, dude.
Oh fuck no! I'll
Tell
never
Marty to
that.
get one. You can get one.
No,
Adrian can get one.
fuck that, dude. I hate California. And then,
I know, dude, I like California too, but
Yeah.
you said you hate California, but I like California, but I don't think I would get a fucking California tattoo. Maybe like the grizzly bear or some shit, but
maybe. And then he also has a 49er one on his what is it, on his bicep, like under his,
yeah,
like,
I've seen
on
that
the side
one.
of his bicep. Yeah, that's a 49er one.
See, I wouldn't get logos tattooed on me.
No.
Like I like the Raiders, but I wouldn't get the Raider shield tattooed on me.
You know, I actually had a cousin who got the Raider shield on his arm when he was younger, but he's a Falcons fan now.
Oh, what the fuck? That's a big old change.
I know, but it mainly I always wondered like why he changed and stuff like that. But it was because I started noticing. I never really talked to him about it, but I started noticing it was because of the people that are like in the whole Raider thing. Like a lot of the fans, you know, stuff like that aren't really like the best people.
Yeah.
And so he basically he met his wife, his current wife, and she was also a fan of a different team, and they were just like, you know what, we're gonna take a new path, and they changed everything. Like they changed, like, you know, they started following God, and they were like, we're gonna teach our kids this, we're gonna teach our kids that, and we're gonna start fresh, we're gonna start new. And I guess part of that was getting a new team too. Well, damn.
The hell?
My phone went off.
The hell, Adam Cole running.
I know. Hello? Yeah.
He's on the phone during the podcast.
You what?
Oh, this is almost as bad as Long Leg Daddy.
All right,
leaving
for sure.
Right in the middle of the show. I turned my phone off. I turned my Apple Watch off.
I did. It's on silent. I don't know why it went off.
It wasn't silent enough.
I guess not. That's fucking weird.
Well, we're not professional. This is, like Stone Cold says, this is the award-winning podcast that's never going to win award. So Executioner owes everybody that's listening a beer because it's fun now.
That's true. Sorry about that, y'all. Ryan looking for his phone because he had to get he went and got his replacement phone, and they sent it in over here.
I'll say he's looking for his phone, but he called you on a phone.
He called me from his phone looking for his phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man,
He's like super high. Hey man, I can't find my phone.
dude,
Do you know where it's at?
you're on it right now.
No way.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, hey, pull your hand away from your ear and look at your hand. He pulls it. Oh, whoa. It's in my hand.
It's in my hand. That is fucking weird though. Like I've never had it do that before. Huh.
Oh,
That's weird.
Anyway, what did you have for us for the second half before we got into tattoos and
I know
phones going off?
I know. Ryan's gonna be here any second, by the way, so I gotta go down to give him his phone.
Now we're gonna get a run in.
Anyways, so what I wanted to talk about was the future of technology.
Okay.
So obviously, you know, I've actually been seeing like memes and stuff like that where it's, you know, 1970s where it says, oh yeah, in 2019 there's gonna be flying cars, and then it shows like something stupid or something like that, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know, obviously technology has advanced in its own way. Obviously, we're not to the point where there's flying cars or anything like that. I still think that's going to be fucking long time before that even happens.
Of course.
But obviously, we've had a big change in terms of, you know, technology and whatnot.
Yep.
And the first thing I guess too is that from, you know, the time that we were born at the very end of the industrial age and at the beginning of the technology age. So we were right in the smack dab in the middle. We seen what it was like to be old school, you know, and you know, basically how everything was like manually done, calling people on the fucking phone, having to go to their houses and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, to now where it's just like you could just call people, you know, on your phone when you're here, text people, all that.
I was about to say that. Like we were like the last generation that actually had to, when you went to your friend's house, you had to, you know, knock on the door, or ring the doorbell. Nowadays, they'll be sitting in the car. Hey, I'm here. Can you open the door? And they don't even ring the doorbell anymore.
That's true.
I retweeted something about that the other day. And then like some newspaper or whatever was like, are millennials to blame for the decline of sales of doorbells? It's like, what the fuck? Like, really?
I mean, in a sense, yes. But at the end of the day, it's not like fucking, I don't know. It just doesn't seem, I don't know. Because I think when you start looking at like millennials and stuff like that, you're not.
Anyway, we'll skip the doorbells. But what else is this whole technology stuff that you got?
So one of the things obviously was talking about millennials and how like millennials they're doing this and they're doing that and millennials are to blame. But I mean, mainly it just has to do with the millennials are a lot smarter than people think because of the simple fact that they question everything.
Yep.
They don't just like, oh yeah, it says here that George Bush was this, and that, and that's final because this fucking piece of garbage said so. It's like, why? What is it about this motherfucker that really makes him him? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, back to technology. There's so much that's gonna start happening. I mean, obviously with the development of phones and whatnot, phones went from, you know, kind of digital fucking bricks, Nokia.
Literally bricks, yeah.
Do you remember tell me about your Nokia. Did you ever have one?
Oh, of course I did. I had the Nokia phone that everybody had back then. The phone that was built so good, it got in a fire, was still able to work. It fell from an airplane. It was still able to work.
It fell from an airplane.
Somebody dunked that shit in lava and it pulled it out and it was still working.
No way.
Yep. I saw somebody like tape like 3 or 4 of them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting a lot of interference over here. Anyway, tape about like 3 or 4 of them together, made a hammer, and literally put a nail through a piece of wood.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't hitting the screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, they probably could have hit the screen and probably would have still been okay. But yeah, dude, I had one of those and it was cool because at the time, the best games that we had on phones, Snake.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be playing Snake for hours,
Well, it's
dude.
not that it was the best game. It was really the only game.
No, because there was like Pong.
Yeah, but fucking play Pong.
Yeah.
You can just grab an Atari.
No, just grab a fucking Game Boy and play real games.
So yeah, I mean, obviously we've had, you know, the Nokia phones and whatnot. Now, as we're progressing, you know, phones are obviously getting smarter and whatnot, as they say, smarter. But yeah, it's like everything has changed from being able to order things online being able to change your TV, being able to see your computer screen from your phone. Like, there's so much that has gone on. And it's like, what's next for technology? You know, like, what do we see in the future? What is it that's happening and whatnot? So, I mean, obviously with like the way that phones are, you know, every 2 years, phones get better. Like there's a new feature that really makes.
Do they really though? That's what I was thinking about, because like, look how long a phone camera has been stuck on 12 megapixels forever.
Oh my god. Well, I mean,
but they always say the new, redesigned, all new, better camera. No, it's not.
Oh, I mean, it's just false advertisement. But other than that, you know, it's usually every 2 years. Like, you know, you get the flagship that comes out, and it's like, ooh, okay, that's pretty dope. And then the next year, it's like the same thing, but you know, just like a couple different, you know, extra stuff and whatnot. And then the year after that, then it's like, okay, we got something new again. I feel like a lot of companies have gotten away from that, like Apple and Samsung. Like I used to be a huge Samsung fan, but fucking Samsung has basically started turning into an iPhone. And once it started doing that, I was like, fuck off. I'm not doing that shit.
Well, I've got an iPhone 7 Plus.
7?
And what are they on now? Like XS? You know, they're not even in numbers anymore. They're in fucking letters. And dude, it still does the same shit. It works just fine. Right. I mean, it's a little slow sometimes just because like I hit my phone on my steering wheel all the time, but
oh yeah,
I mean, you've seen it. About that. But I mean, other than that, dude, it's literally the same thing.
That's true.
You know, the camera goes one direction on mine and it goes the other direction on the other one.
One direction.
And there's a button on mine and there isn't a button on the other ones. So,
no, but I mean, you're absolutely right. And you know, again, I don't know what. Now that I'm starting to see like foldable phones, have you started seeing that?
Yeah. But did you see like how it's kind of been handling up after like a couple of weeks of use?
Well, I mean,
don't get me wrong. The technology for a foldable screen is pretty cool, but we're barely seeing the beginning of it.
Yeah, we're in the beginning
stages. Because I mean, soon enough, we're going to be able to take your TV right here, fold that shit up, take it outside by the pool, plug it in, and play some 2K. You know. Plus, video game tech is getting like crazy too.
Yeah.
I mean, video game tech. I mean, imagine what we grew up with: Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Now we're on PS4, Xbox One, about to go into the next generation.
True.
Stuff's playing in 4K. I mean, shit there looks more realistic than, you know, stuff on movies sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, you could look at fucking I don't know, fucking Sub-Zero or Scorpion on Sega Genesis, and you're like, oh yeah, cool. Looks like a video game. Now you look at it, you might think it's an actor.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, and you know what, that happens all the time. Every time I'm playing like fucking MLB on PlayStation, or every time I'm playing Madden or something like that, somebody comes in and is like, oh, you're playing? Oh, I thought this was an actual game.
Dude,
like,
that happened to me with wrestling games all the time.
It's crazy.
My dad would always be like, oh, I didn't know wrestling was on. Hey, wait a minute.
No, wrestling is not on.
The thing with technology, though, to kind of bring it back to like the flying cars and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
or even like, you ever seen Futurama and they have like those air tubes? People just fly around on the air tubes.
Oh, yeah,
instead of like a bus or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like, will we ever get to that? Because, I mean, we're barely hitting like electric cars, mm-hmm. and they can't even get electric cars right now.
Yeah.
You know, without one battery going down, you know, there's probably like 10 batteries in a Prius.
Right.
And it's like, if one goes down, all of them take a shit.
Yeah.
You know, or even like the Tesla, you know, like, you know, if a battery goes down for that, you know, if the battery drains all the way, like you basically run out of gas, but for a battery,
yeah,
you've got to reset the entire car.
What?
Yeah, because you cannot let that thing die.
Damn.
Because if it dies, that's it. But it makes me think, like, are we ever going to get to like a hover technology? You know, we're barely doing that for trains. I mean, look at that bullet train. You know, like in Japan and shit. You know, they're running magnets on the train,
right?
And it's not, you know, really using much fuel because it's, you know, electric, and it's just using the propulsion of the magnets.
Right.
But how are we going to get that with cars? We're going to put big fucking magnets underneath the streets and shit. You know, because then what happens, you know, if somebody has a pacemaker, they walk by, you know, and then they fucking keel over right there.
Yeah. I know. I see what you're saying.
That's a good question because that's not something that people normally think about and whatnot. But I mean,
critical thinking.
There's always going to be like some type of new technology that comes out, and like technology is like a science that you can actually see, and that you can actually see how it works, see what it does and whatnot. People do it all the time and whatnot. It's not just it's just this is how science is, and you can't test it because you're not smart. Like you don't have a degree. Shit like that. And you know what I'm talking about.
You can physically see like the changes, like the progression.
Right.
I mean, just with like a cell phone, you can see from the Nokia phone going to like the Razr, going to the first iPhone, which is really fucking big.
Yeah.
To like where they're at now. I mean, that thing's, super. It's like if you were to grab like just a little stack of index cards, that's about how, thin they're making these phones now.
Yeah.
Now there's foldable fucking screens, and I mean, there's wireless charging. I never would have thought of wireless charging.
Yeah, true.
I don't even know how that shit works. It's crazy.
Just magnets.
It's magic.
Magnets and magic.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously we've seen in movies and stuff like that, like stuff that's like holographic. You know what I mean? It like sticks out. It like comes out and you're all pressing things in air. You know what I mean?
Oh, like Iron Man kind of does.
Yeah. So stuff like that. And what's funny is that that hasn't actually progressed, which is weird because when was it? I believe like 6 or 7 years ago, I was on Amazon. I think it was on Amazon. And so when I was using Amazon, I was looking at like the product and stuff like that. And one of them that came up was a keyboard, but like which is like a little block, literally a block, like a small block. And you just set it down and it like shoots out a red light that shoots out a keyboard and you could type on it. Now,
yeah, I've seen those.
Now the whole thing is,
I always thought they were fake.
is that they suck.
Oh, I figured.
They were never very good. But it's kind of weird to think that hasn't actually taken off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was just like a sensor or anything like that, but when do you think we're going to start seeing something like that?
I don't know, especially if nobody's working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, like we were talking about with the Iron Man thing where he makes the projections, real huge and he's able to interact with those.
Right.
There's technology sort of like that where it's in a glove. And there's little lights on each fingertip and I think one in the middle.
Okay.
And it basically makes like a projection. And I was watching some show on like, I don't know, History Channel or something like that. And like the guy made a basic like model of like this naval fight that was going on, and he's able to move it around in his hand, and the whole room's dark. It has to be dark, and able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's able to like turn his hand or whatever, and he's like, you see this ship right here, and see how on this side, whatever. He's like turning his hand and pointing at the the specific shit that he wants you to see, and then like he kind of like presses a button on his hand or his finger or something like that, and it makes that ship expand.
Okay.
So it's kind of there. But I mean,
that's just
it's very, very limited because that's basically like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, it's like a sensor
not
tech.
like it's not like connected to the internet where you could have it in your hand and be like show me a blueprint of fucking
Blue
Empire
asshole.
State Building or some shit. It's not that far.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I mean, we've come to the point where there's like touchscreen in terms of, fingerprint scanning, like on your phone
for data collection.
Yeah, and then also the same thing with your the face recognition
for data collection,
and then stuff like on Snapchat where you get the filters on your face
for data collection.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's come quite some time, and that's one thing that I'll never do is the fucking the face thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never done the fingerprint thing either.
I have the fingerprint thing.
Janet does, and I was like, no.
That's the only way. Well, that's not the only way, but yeah. So I mean, there's like stuff like that. Now, one thing I did want to bring up, which was it's actually been out for quite some time, but not getting fully not getting fully introduced until I think for a couple years, fully erect. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but have you ever heard of China's social credit system?
No.
So this is some shit that's gonna blow your mind, because I remember talking to people about, this is where we're heading. We're heading to the time where, they're gonna want to control us. They're gonna want to control every aspect of our life and whatnot. And people were like, "No, you're just a conspiracy theorist," and blah blah blah, and
The usual stuff.
yeah, all the dumb shit, closed minds. But China has introduced a social credit system where, let's see here. So the pieces of the system are already in place. This is back in 2014, and the Chinese government appears to be targeting 2020 goal to get the rest in place. So let's see here. What's it called? So there's like, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to see. Okay, so how does it work? The target eventually is the government system will be countrywide with businesses given a unified social credit code and citizens an ID number. So there's basically all linked to their permanent records. If you go to a China credit website and you have an entity's credit code, you could type that in and pull up the records and all this stuff. So, but here's the thing, is that where this is heading is this is going to be heading to the point where your social credit system score in China is basically affected by your behavior, your spending, and all kinds of shit. Like literally, if you jaywalked across the street and nobody saw you, it would know.
What?
And it would knock down your credit score. And like,
are they getting implanted with the microchip or something?
I don't know if it's a microchip or if they
Just
have
a shit ton of cameras.
Probably though.
Barcodes.
I mean, honestly, there's probably gonna, because I mean, obviously they've already introduced RFID chips, which are the chips that are in your credit cards, like your credit and debit cards. And those for years have been talked about, by conspiracy theorists, that those are like the RFID chips are meant to find us, like are meant to track us and keep us tracked and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And people for years, no, I can do that. They wouldn't track us and blah blah blah. I mean, it's already too late. They already do.
Sure.
But now they have it in our chips and whatnot. They also have it in our badges that we use for certain works and whatnot. At some point, there's going to be a point where they're going to start chipping people, and that's considered the mark of the beast. But like these social credit systems that's happening here, if you were to get blacklisted, like if your credit score goes down so much that you're blacklisted, you cannot buy a plane ticket to leave China.
Well, I mean, to be fair, people from China probably couldn't buy a plane ticket to leave China anyway.
So like one city, it says here, Rongcheng, Rongcheng gives all residents 1,000 points to start. Authorities make deductions for bad behavior, like traffic violations, and add points for good behavior, such as donating to charity.
What?
One regulation Olberg recently read specifically, Olberg is the guy who wrote this, or not, sorry, one of the guys that was reporting on it, specifically addresses stealing electricity. Of course, you'll have to get caught first or be reported by someone else. While facial recognition is infamously used to spot jaywalkers in some cities, it's not so automated. So again, they are literally dictating what a good and bad behavior is.
Exactly.
So they're
controlling you even more now.
Right. So, and this goes back to what I was talking about being smart. If you can read the first page of a book and memorize it, okay, you read it word for word, memorize it, and say to somebody, that's considered intelligence in our society. But I bet you that person couldn't tell you what the fuck that first page even meant, or why it's even there, or what it has to do with the entire fucking book.
Or why they had to memorize it.
Yeah, or why they had to memorize it. And this goes back here. A good behavior is donating to a charity. So you have to. So in order, so like,
if they want to buy a new car, they have to get their credit score up. So they have to donate a bunch of shit to charity.
Yeah.
And, not jaywalk and, probably go donate blood or some bullshit.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And, people, as of right now, I know people are probably thinking like, well, it's in China. China's a communist country and da-da-da. Listen, I get it. China is super communist and, obviously one leader and they just destroy their people, with all the shit that they hide people from and stuff like that. But here's the thing, is that this will slowly get integrated into our society. But the way that they do it is they make it look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so badass. Oh, I gotta have that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't wait for this to happen. And it like slowly gets integrated. Hey, as of right now, people socially already get hit like this. You can go onto Twitter or Instagram or anything, and they can shadow ban you. Have you ever heard of shadow banning?
Heard of it, not really sure what it is.
So shadow banning is basically where they don't ban you, like they don't ban your account. They shadow ban it, which means that if you were to post something, it would seem as if you were posting it and that everybody can see it, but it doesn't show up on anyone's timeline.
Huh.
Yes.
That's weird.
So that's considered a shadow banning. And that more so has to do with whatever you're saying or whatever it is. I get it. Like, there's all kinds of things that are going out right now. Like, what's the First Amendment and how does it work? And it says here that like you have free speech, but you don't really have free speech. Shit like that. But
yeah.
And that's also another thing is that as they continue to push people to control this stuff, they will slowly start integrating stuff like this. And I don't think anybody realizes it. Like, I think everybody's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And this is not a shot at the LGBTQ community or anything. But here's the thing is that their next step, not their next step, but the people that are pushing it, the actual like agendas and propagandists are going to be pushing pedophilia. Like, it's literally already to the point where there's literally books that you can buy that shows you how to be pedophiles. There's literally presentations saying how pedophilia is a real orientation, how it's a real social status.
Now, see, that's where like you really got to draw the line. Like, even as somebody that's like really liberal,
yeah,
they would have to draw the line there.
I mean, you would think.
But at the same time, you're getting people that like, you're getting people that, I identify as a shape-shifting reptilian, and that's what I want to put on my voting ballot.
Yeah. And
they're letting them do it. They're letting them do dumb shit like that. It's like, come on. You're a fucking person. Shapeshift right now in front of me. Turn into a fucking gorilla or something. Do something.
And that's the thing too. It's like, again, this is no shot at their community, but I just don't think that they see that they are being used, and it sucks because it's like, sure. Listen, if you like if you have a certain orientation, that's fine. I'm not here to bash you on that, but the whole thing is that the people that are backing this, the people that are pushing it, that are promoting it on Twitter, like, dude, there's literally people like, there's literally companies, like Twitter has a company, or I don't think, it might be Twitter. Twitter literally has a company of people that literally create different accounts and go onto different like different posts and post up a certain opinion that they want to push out. So then when people read that opinion, they're like, oh yeah, that's smart. I'll go with that. Like, I remember when we were fighting the fucking war, like years ago when George Bush was there, I remember reading something that said, well, if they don't fight the war over there in Iraq, they're going to fight it over here. And I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. Now thinking about it, I'm like, I was a brainwashed piece of garbage. Like, I was the dumbest motherfucker ever in the fucking world because I read something online and I kind of looked into it and I was like, oh yeah, like, it's so true. Like, if they didn't fucking fight it over there, they didn't fight it over here. Yeah. But now looking back at it, I'm like, dude, how fucking dumb was I? Like, I look back at old fucking Facebook statuses, dude, and I just want to like fucking every time I just want to share them and just be like, hey, I remember when I was brainwashed. Like, dude, how fucking dumb can I be? It was so bad, but that's literally, I feel like that's literally where it comes from.
Yeah.
And back again, that's where technology is headed.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, you know, you look back at the 50s when they would do like a time capsule. They'd say, hey, what we want you to draw what you think the year 2000 is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be flying cars. It would be, you know, fucking walking on the moon. It'd be, you know, fucking you'd be having, you know, pills that would turn into a hamburger or, you know, crazy shit like that. You get to the year 2000, there's none of that.
Yeah.
There's no flying cars.
Mm-hmm. No hoverboard.
I mean, they're barely switching to fucking CDs to listen to music.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, food was fatter than ever. And then, you know, like in year 2000, it's like, oh, well, what do you think it's going to be like in the year 2050? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody would ever have thought that technology would jump from the year 2000 to where it is now and be so concerned about the social consequences of it.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, technology was just like, how are we going to make life easier? How's it going to entertain us more?
Mm-hmm.
How is it going to help our everyday life and benefit us from life? But now here
That's
we
how they
are
make it
almost
cool.
in the year 2020, just 20 years later, we've got social issues of like, should they be posting that on Twitter? I identify as this on Facebook. Did you see what he said on Instagram in the comment section? And it's haunting back to old people, old posts of people where, you know, they might have said something as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, that was stupid. You know, like you were telling me about whatever show you were talking about earlier that you were watching with Fernie, and it was you know, them saying like, "Oh, that's gay, man! Like, what are you being so retarded for?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that. They could have said that back in the year 2010. That's how people talked back then.
Yeah.
You
Doesn't
know?
make it right, but that's just how it was.
That's just how it was. It's the same thing as people, you know, maybe in 70s and the 80s, you know, saying, "Hey, queer, what are you doing over there?"
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right. That's just how it was.
Right.
And people don't understand that because they're applying today's logic to logic back then.
Right.
And it doesn't compute to them. So now the people that are getting affected by this is like, well, why did you say this back in the year 2009? And it's like,
because I was fucking 16 years old.
Exactly.
I was a fucking dumbass kid that just did whatever fucking they did on PlayStation.
Exactly.
You ever been in a PlayStation fucking chat party?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of racism in that piece
Like,
of
have you ever
garbage.
been playing Call of Duty and you die and you're like, I'm going to go get that fucker? You know?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
get mad, you say shit.
Yeah, of course.
If we were to make a technology that was to record our daily life and what we said, there'd be nobody in politics.
Nobody.
Because everybody says stupid shit.
Yes.
So, I mean, it might get there eventually to where it's like, oh, we have a record feature on your AirPods at all time and, you know, we can listen to everything. It's gonna fucking affect everybody anyway. But then the people with the power are going to be the ones where it's like, oh, well, we, you know, for instance, if they were to put that shit on, you know, like Donald Trump or something like that,
Right.
you know, they'd be like, oh, can you believe that he said this, you know? Because it's going to
Yeah.
be basically like, oh, we're going to be able to live stream what the president's talking about,
Right,
24/7.
Yeah.
It's like there'd be no president.
There'd be no president.
There'd be no president. There'd be no fucking judges of the Supreme Court. There'd be no mayor of Fresno.
You know what?
There'd be nothing.
You know what though? Like they would have something like that, but then they would just make like political leaders like exempt, and they wouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, well, because it's classified and sensitive information for
Yeah.
national security
For
and the
national
well-being
security.
of our people.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, right? It's like the
Yeah.
purge. And you know what's funny? You were talking about like having like the microphone and stuff like that. You know what's funny is that recently, you ever seen those Nest? They're called Nest, but it's like a digital, what is it? A digital fucking device that you put onto your like where you control your air system, like your AC system and your heater and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it tells you like the temperature in the house and whatnot. And that's all it is, right? But people started finding microphones in the technology. So they recalled them and they're like, we're so sorry. We didn't know that there was microphones in there. Bullshit.
How the fuck do you not know there's a
Bull
microphone
fucking shit.
and
Yeah,
a thermostat?
exactly. It's like the whole point is to literally just collect information, you know? And
Yeah,
I feel like people are just like so fucking like blind to it. Like there's
they are,
literally-
dude.
They're like so blind to it because they just think like, why would they do that? Well, it's like it doesn't matter if if you grew up and you were taught 2 + 2 is 5, you know, but that's what your dad taught you. And then as you grew up and you started getting into higher grades and someone was like 2 + 2 is 4 and you're like, no, 2 + 2 is 5. Who's
Yeah.
the one that's right? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, but why would my dad lie to me? It doesn't matter why your dad lied to you.
He lied.
He lied to you.
Exactly.
You know what
Well,
I
it's
mean?
because people are so hyped up, you know,
Straw
about
man.
like, oh, well, I'm gonna get the new iPhone. It's amazing. The camera's great. The screen looks amazing when I watch Netflix. While it distracts me from the thing that I'm putting my finger on, it's collecting my fingerprint every time that I fucking do it.
You're absolutely
I
right.
unlock the phone with my face, but it's okay because I can go on Twitter and scroll through stuff. You know,
You're
it's
absolutely right.
stupid because back then it was more it's like, how is this going to help me? Now we're so goddamn concerned about fucking how is this collecting my information?
Right.
And it makes you think, where are we going to be in 2050?
Mhm.
Are we actually going to be more concerned? Is there going to be fights and wars and over this shit?
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's pretty scary to think of. I mean, technology is great, but I mean, as much as it helps us, it hinders us a lot too.
Hinders us a lot.
So, I mean, for us to wrap this up,
Wrap it up.
what's your final thought on technology and where it's heading?
I think if technology is used correctly, it can be a great benefit to our society and well-being. I don't think that we need technology. It's not something that we need to, you know, that we have to have or anything of that nature. But I think if it continues going the way it is, you know, we're already seeing it, this social credit system in China. And I think people are kind of blind to the whole thing. And they just think, well, it's China, they're communist. And, you know, that's just how it's going to be. But I just hope that you realize that slowly technology like this is starting to get integrated into our society. I mean, we already have a credit system. I mean, it's just not a social credit system like this is. So again, you know, temper how much that you actually take in, especially with 5G coming out. 5G, the frequencies are going to be going crazy as fuck.
That's a whole other episode.
That's a
Let's
whole
save
other
that for a whole
episode.
other episode.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, so 5G's frequencies and stuff like that. And, you know, again, don't ever fucking put a damn RFID or any type of chip in your fucking body.
Exactly.
The mark of the beast.
I mean, you're not supposed to have fake shit in your body anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Besides boobs.
Yeah.
Those are okay. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's my final thought. How about you?
My final thought is everything doesn't need an electric form.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be connected to the internet. There's got to be a line somewhere. I mean, as much as it would be cool to have, you know, fucking lasers shooting out of your fingers or your cock, there's got to be a limit somewhere. And I think we're in that age where we're testing the boundaries of how far it's going to go until something goes really bad.
Really bad.
And the China thing might be something that wakes people up. It might make people fall asleep more and willingly, here's my wrist, put a chip in there right now.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take something that's gonna really like harm everybody to realize that, like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't be so technologically dependent on things that are constantly intaking and sending out information. So yeah, that's my wrap up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So let's close this thing. Executioner, where can they find you on the social stuff?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to thank Yeshua for allowing me to do this. And if you want to go ahead and hit me up, you can go to Twitter go to @TheExecutioner, where you can find all my craziness. And you can go to Facebook, find me at Chris Clips Hernandez, CLYPSE is the Clips. You can also hit me up on Instagram at @the_Herbalutioner, THE_HERBA Lutioner. And yeah, I think that's all. Or you can find me on Snapchat at DatDude1215, DATDUDE121 is I've. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know where else you can find me. What about you, Jack? Where can they find you?
They can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, all at BSALSANCHEZ, because it's that easy to find me on there. Don't forget to follow the Twitter account for the show at It's Good Times, and the Instagram where we post up clips that are shareable so you can share them with your friends and tell them to listen to the show. And that is thegoodtimespodcast.com. Why?
Because they didn't let us add the period.
That's right. No periods around here. Anyway, we want to thank you for listening to the show, and don't forget to subscribe and listen to the past shows. That way you can listen to all of our funniness. New episodes drop every Thursday, so remember to tell a friend to follow and listen to the shows too. And tune in next week, where we'll have another jam-packed, picked, licked, and dick episode of Good Times.
Tonight.